Hey guys, I just want to say thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, do all the fun, cool stuff, so the next time I release one, you'll get notified. Again, I appreciate you for watching. Hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Hey guys, I appreciate you joining me today. It's another installment of what I'm calling Studio Saturdays, where I kind of give a little bit of sneak peek behind the scenes of my recording process and my studio here and different things I use and how I do it and how I write and record. This one's going to be mainly focused on how I recorded Breaking Point, the single that just came out. Kind of let you see a little bit of how I did that. I guess first though, real quick, one thing I can kind of do is give you a little bit of how I first started recording stuff. I guess back in the early 90s, one thing I still had a Roland XP50 keyboard, and in that so there's the MIDI sounds, and I was able to use the onboard sequencer of that keyboard to record the different bass, piano, guitars, different instruments, sequence it all out, and then as far as outputting that into recording, the first thing I did was actually just record onto one of those old style tape decks, just a cassette recorder, just output in that and recorded it, and just show it to a few different people. Of course, that's early stages of me actually writing. Really wasn't too much production worthy to put out there. But then I moved, got all fancy and got a 4-track recorder. I was actually able to record 4 different parts onto a cassette tape. So that was kind of cool at the time. And then eventually, when I joined the Marine Corps, got stationed overseas in Okinawa, Japan. Turned my barracks room into a little studio. Then though, I was actually started using the computer-based recording software, and what I was using then was Pinnacle Pro. It wasn't nothing too fancy. I said I don't think even then I was able to have many plugins to it. So I couldn't add the reverb or delay or anything to my vocals, or make any type of special recording effects. It's pretty basic, but they were. So I was using outboard gear. I had a Mackie mixer and a couple of different effects, voice effects processors, all outboard gear, and recorded it all into the computer software. Still, the sounds were coming off of my XP50 keyboard that I sequenced through there, and then just shoved it directly into the computer and then recorded that way. Then, of course, a few years ago, actually I started using Pro Tools recording software, and pretty much mostly everything I'm able to do actually called in the box. All the plugins are actually in that software. I'm actually able to add different vocal effects, and I'll go into that here in a little bit when I kind of show you screenshot some things of what I'm doing. But that's kind of where I was at and where I've come to today. And so I'll go ahead and start showing you a little bit more of a Breaking Point, how I record it. Also, FYI, if you hear some noises or sounds, things, sounds like they're licking, it's not me. Actually, I'm joined by my faithful companions here in the studio, Roscoe and Loki. I'll show you a picture of them here real quick. Hey, Roscoe. What's up, Roscoe? Hey, Loki. Loki, quit licking yourself and say hello. All right, so they're helping me out today, and they help me out quite a bit from time to time. Anyway, let's get into Breaking Point. All right, like with Breaking Point, the difference from song to song, how I actually start as far as writing a song. Sometimes I'll start with the music and then add the lyrics to that, or I'll start with a melody and kind of work with that and get the chord progressions and then add lyrics. With Breaking Point, what I did, I actually started writing the lyrics to the song and then tried to get some music chord progressions to kind of go with that and tweak a little bit. So one thing I started, actually I was out of town, I believe, when I started trying to get some of the music to it, and so I used GarageBand. I have another video, which I kind of showed you how I use kind of GarageBand to, just when I'm out of town, just to kind of play around to get things going. But this is what I worked with GarageBand, and it sounds really nothing, as far as music, nothing like it does now. Just to give you an idea. Yeah, so pretty much kind of more of a punk rock feel to it. But even how some of the lyrics I had to it were, I didn't record them in here at the time, but how it kind of went along with it. Laying in a darkened room, wide awake and paralyzed by the demons and fears that I feel inside. So, like I said, it was, at the time, I was kind of going for a whole different feel. Really wasn't going for anything. I would just kind of how I do a lot of times, just kind of tinker around and kind of try different things and see how they feel. And then one thing kind of leads into another. Whether I don't like it, then I'll try something else. But that's usually kind of how things go. Sometimes I know it's going to be like this, and then it stays that way. But most of the time, it kind of morphs into different things. All right. First thing I'm gonna do here is let's go and show you a breaking point. I recorded it in Pro Tools. First, before I even get started, I guess I will say that I'm still learning stuff every day. I got a whole lot more to learn, but I think I've come a long way since I recorded Solid Gold in my barracks room back in the 2001. Just to give you an idea, so, there was, of course, the internet back then, but the resources available 20 years ago is amazingly, we got so much more out there nowadays, especially like with YouTube. Mostly what I did back then in my barracks room, I bought a couple books that showed me how to, record and set up studio and learn a little bit. But I see, nowadays there's so much resources out there available. Of course, it still takes a lot of time, and energy to find what you need and practice, of course. But hopefully, maybe me showing you some of this to give you an idea in case you're interested in doing any recording. I'm just not saying it's easy, but it's the things available out there. There's people who record whole albums and produce and release music just off of a laptop, and they can take it wherever they want to go. So depending on what you want to do, the resources are available. Even Pro Tools has a free version that you can get online and download and get started. There's other Appleton, and there's a bunch of different software that you can use, but this is what I'm using. But just to give you an idea, when I start a session, I'll record it and I'll save it for that day, and then every time I open up another day, I'll save a new file. That way, so I don't lose anything, and plus I'm able to kind of go back and see what I've done. It's like with Breaking Point here, when I really got started using it, recording it here in Pro Tools, I go back to this date and open it up. So just kind of show you how I've kind of progressed through it. So it takes a little bit here to open up. So then if you're watching this, if you have any ideas and you see me doing something, if you do use it, you see me doing something wrong or something that maybe I could do better. There's that I'm learning every day. Maybe you know something I don't know. You can teach me, so let me know. But basically, this is the Pro Tools here. Open up a session and just give you a little quick tour. So over here, you can add the different tracks you want. I got my vocals, backing vocal tracks. Scrolling down, have the effects buses. I can you add in reverb, delay, chorus, different instrument tracks. These are my MIDI tracks: drum, piano, acoustic guitar, bass guitar. See, I got MIDI data here. On each one of these channels, you can go through and this is where it gets cool. You can just add in different effects. A lot of stuff, before, like I had to use outboard gear, equalizer, compressor, different things, different effects. But now that everything's kind of built into here, so you can just like here, you got an equalizer, you can EQ things out. If I wanted to go in and add something else, different plugins, like you got EQ, all kinds of different, tons of different instruments you can add on each channel. So I said, the more you want to download, you can buy more stuff, different plugins, what you want to do. But a lot of the stuff, it just comes free with Pro Tools. I didn't have to pay for any of it. It's already there. I was able to use it. I said, in just for the like effects processors, if I wanted to add, I said the different compressors, tons of different stuff. You got reverb. If I wanted to add more reverb in there, tons of things you can do. So the audio track here is where I recorded, but just give an idea as far as the different instruments. Like I said, what the MIDI here is, basically they say a bass guitar. They record a bass guitar sound, and then they what you can do is you can associate that bass guitar with a piece of information. So on my keyboard, if I wanted to play this note here, I can play it right there. So by manipulating it, making it longer, adding different velocity, all kinds of other cool stuff, you can make it sound more human-like somebody actually is playing it. That's the same thing, with different instruments, piano. So I wanted to open it up here. So you can just record them. I have a MIDI keyboard controller where I can record the different notes that I want. So the drums, same for that. Just to give you an idea for the. It's really cool. And most of these instruments, sound, you can't. A lot of times, you can't tell the difference between, whether it's sampled sound in the software here, or if it's some actual real playing. Some instruments you can, like you get in some of the guitars, it's still really hard to replicate an actual guitar player playing. You can spend a lot of time, more time than I have, and I'll get into this later. I actually recorded some of it in here, but I just needed this time around, like in the barracks room, I did it all off the MIDI sounds, but this time around I actually did hire a guitar player, Hugh Harsher, off of Fiverr, which was an amazing guitar sounds, and it was really at a budget price. I didn't have to spend thousands or hundreds of dollars trying to get him to do it. It was amazing. There's other places too, Sound Better, you can hire session players, but like I said, I just really needed a really good live guitar player, so I hired him. He emailed me the files, and so I downloaded them in here, which I'll get into later. But anyway, that's what the MIDI is. So with this, like I said, I kind of started it, trying to play around with the tempo. So I decided to go ahead and start with 140 beats per minute. So things like there, like I said, these are just rough tracks I started with, try to get an idea, how I was wanting to go. And I kind of like the chord structure I had. Tempo, I wanted it to actually kind of, be a little bit more energetic towards the end of the song. But I wanted to try to also a slower tempo. So what we can do is try another different little version that I had here. Okay, so we've got this new session loaded up here. So let's see, I went back to 140 beats per minute. But what I decided to do is start off the song, play everything at halftime. So still has a little bit of a slower feel to it in the beginning. All right.
Wide awake, paralyzed by the demons and fears that I wrestle with here inside. Mind racing full of noise. Another hour still awake. Another chance for sleep is gone as the night it slips away. I just wanna stay here.
Okay, so like I said, by the time we get down to the, at the third or fourth chorus, it's a little more energy to it, so. Also, we get down here. See, that's the guitar sounds here in the software, and it was okay for. So the guitar sounds is okay for just doing the little demo part here, but like I said, I really needed, in my opinion, some real guitars to really bring the song to life a little bit more. So let's see what we do. But at this point of the song here, I said I've added have my main vocals and different effects on it. And I've got my background vocals, which was me recording a lot of it. Have a double up here. Let's go to the pre-chorus.
I feel like nothing will ever change.
It's a double there.
And I knew. Another chip.
So I've got the background vocals that I recorded, and still got the instruments most the same. Alright, so now let's go to the final version here. Alright, so this is the final version of the songs. I took all the MIDI tracks and everything, and actually committed them or bounced them, whatever you want to say, down to actual audio files. That speeds everything up and set everything, all the vocals and all the instruments. I have all the effects, everything I wanted to add to it, all EQ'd out the way I wanted it to be. Like I said, I got the actual guitars that I had recorded for me. Let's see if we'll go here.
Laying in a darkened room, wide awake, paralyzed by the demons and fears that I wrestle with here inside. Mind racing.
So like you can tell, it's the acoustic guitars. They sound a lot better than I could actually do here in the software here, which I don't mind. Same thing for the electric. So like I said, that was worth the time that it taking me. It was worth a little bit of money that I did hire somebody to do it. But like I said, everything else is all me, which I'm still pretty proud of. Just takes a little time.
I feel the darkness seeping through
I hope that y'all enjoyed it.
all the cracks in my soul. Try to fight it.
So actually from here, what it is, when I bounce it all down to MP3 file, a WAV file, and send it out to y'all. So that's basically the process in a nutshell there. I said I'm still learning stuff every day, but hopefully this kind of gives you an idea of my process, and it's going to be a little bit different every time, hopefully a little bit better every time. I said I'm always open to any suggestions. See if any of y'all, and plus too, maybe like I said, this will help some of y'all out there who wants to record some stuff yourself, get started. Like I said, even if it's just getting started with your iPad or your iPhone, using GarageBand or some other software you got to start somewhere. I said, I started with just a small little handheld cassette recorder. So anybody can give it a try, see what you think about it. Anyway, that's all I got this time for you, and I'll see you next time, and y'all take care. Appreciate it.